Good morning, everyone. Once again, it's a pleasure to be here. Today is Saturday, 26th of November, 2022. And let's start our day with our prayer. Father, thou art in heaven. Here we are, together in your name, with a humble attempt to understand a little bit better what one of your sons, Allan Kardec, brought to us. Be with us. Give us the right intuition to make the right questions, to try to clear our mind from any doubt, and to profit of this opportunity. Be with us today and always. So be it.
So be it.
So let me share my book with you. Okay. So let me do. Spiritual Manifestations, Chapter 6. We have main topics that are questions concerning apparitions, theoretical essay on apparitions, globular spirits, the hallucination theory. Those are the main topics. So we are starting with the questions concerning apparitions, the item 100. Of all spirits manifestations, the most interesting are undoubtedly those in which spirits can render themselves visible. From an examination of this type of phenomenon, we will see that, like all others, there is nothing at all supernatural about it. First, we will provide the responses by the spirits on the subject. Can spirits render themselves visible? Yes, especially during sleep. However, certain individuals can also see them while awake, although that is less frequent. While the body rests, the spirits losing the material ties becomes freer and can more easily see other spirits and communicate with them. A dream is only a recollection of this state. When we remember nothing, we say that we have not dreamed at all, but the soul has nevertheless seen and enjoyed its liberty. Here, we are dealing more particularly with apparitions that occur during the waking states. So let's go back upstairs. Can we all see spirits when we are sleeping? In theory, yes. Because when our perispirits detach from our physical body, we can hear, see, talk, walk. But I don't remember anything. That is a blessing not to remember everything. Because in the spiritual world, there are nice things and things that are not that nice. And perhaps your exposure to the spiritual world would affect the way you conduct yourself when you are in a awakened state. So this is something that I consider as a blessing, not to remember everything. But certain individuals do. And when certain individuals do, quite often they mix that with dreams. So everything I dream is real? Definitely not. So how can I identify what is a dream, what is real? That's $1 million question. What I used to say is that when you wake up and you felt that dream strongly for hours, for days, and you cannot forget, that was not a dream. for some reason, you've been granted the right to maintain that information because there is something to you to learn from that. And when I say from that experience, sometimes it's not a good experience. Sometimes it can be a bad experience. Sometimes it can be you doing something bad. Because when we are free during our sleep, we can go to nice places and bad places. We can do good things and we can do things we are not proud of. But when we retain the information, if it's a good thing, wonderful, positive for us. When it's a bad thing, it's also wonderful, because that will try to teach us not to do again. That's why it's really, really important. And we all forget to do, by the way. When we go to bed, before we go to bed, let's help our sleep, seeing something that is light, watching something that is light, reading a book that is light, doing something that's positive. And today it's so easy through your cell phone to see something that's not positive. And before you really sleep, try to do a prayer, asking your guardian angel to help you, to not allow you to go to places where you will not publicly say you went. Ask him to help you. Please help me to go to a place where I can be useful, or a place of study. It does help. It does help. All right? Hi, Liz.
Simon. Hi there, everyone. Yeah, I think it's a good practice before you go to sleep to actually open the gospel at random places and read a section of the gospel before you sleep. I also ask before I sleep if it is possible, could I go and be useful and do charitable work while I am asleep? And generally that would be guided.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. When I say read something positive, is because some people don't like to read the gospel, some people don't like to read a spiritist book. But if you do read a positive book, Bible, or even a book telling you some positive experiences in life, right? So today there are many. You can buy on the internet, you can buy on the bookstore. Is already better than not doing anything. But as Lee says, if you can, go to your gospel, read a little bit. Yes, that would be ideal.
I think we're here to learn, aren't we? And the gospel always teaches about the different virtues like compassion and charity and things like that. And at the end of the day, it's always good to review your day and ask, yourself how honestly, how you have been, and if you are seeing any progress.
Yeah, very good point. Very good point. And sometimes when you do that, you will open by accident, by the way, the gospel exactly where you need to read.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's try to do this exercise. Do spirits who visibly manifest themselves belong more to one specific category than another? No. They can belong to all categories, the highest down to the lowest. We need to understand one thing, and this is not spiritism, this is the universe. The laws are the same. The physics are the same. The chemical reactions are the same to everyone. How you decide to use is what makes the difference. Some laws are yet unknown to us, especially the laws, the physics that are applicable to the spiritual world. For example, the chemical reactions over there is different than here for sure. But it's not different in a sense that our chemical reactions is different than theirs. No, we do not know yet to the same extent of what they know. But the laws of the universe, they are cast in stone. Otherwise, God would be a mess. If I have a law, a physics law that are applicable on the South Hemisphere and it's not applicable on the North Hemisphere, it would be very complicated already. If I have a law that's applicable on this particular planet and not on the other one, is already a massive complication. How can I manage everything? And as we believe and we know that God is perfect in every sense, he would not be able to do it. He would have a law that's applicable everywhere, right? Are all spirits permitted to manifest themselves visibly? All may do so, but they do not always receive permission or even desire to. There are always guidelines that we have to follow, if we like or not. I want to do this. Yes, you may be able to do this if you received the right permission to do so. Let's think about a mediumship meeting, where from time to time we have spiritual friends coming to us and saying, I'm here to destroy this meeting. I am with that person to kill her. I am here, blah, blah, blah. So why he didn't yet? He would like to. He really would like to. And by the way, he's trying to. But he do not have the permissions to do so. We have someone above us all that control what can or cannot happen. Of course, we have some variations, and those variations are directly linked to our choices, to our will. But we need to have an approval to do things that will affect others. And when we see a situation where one being is interfering with another being, free will, is also because he has been granted, even temporarily, that right to do so. But when the time is come and that is enough, an intervention will come. And that's applicable to all of us. For what purpose do they manifest themselves visibly? It depends on their nature. Their purpose may be either good or evil. And in history, you have so many examples of both cases. Spirits that became visible and people even call them saints, angels, you name it. And spirits that when they appear, they really scare people. So we have both examples, plenty of examples in history. You just need to look after them. So it is related directly with the spirit's condition. So that means that you don't need to be a good spirit to be visible. You just need to be a spirit to be visible. That's why I always remember people. Oh, I really wish I was medium that could see the spirits. Be careful with what you are wishing for. You do not see only good things. You don't see only nice pictures. So, are we prepared to see something that's not very nice? And from time to time, we have, let's go to a kind of example. We have children's telling the parents, I can see monsters in my room. I can see this, I can see that. Are they lying? Or we do not know enough to help them? We have to validate what they say and then study the matter, trying to evaluate what's going on. Hi, Liz. You mute.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I just want to ask a question. My daughter recently moved to a different house, and within that house there were two male spirits. They were there before her. Is she entitled to ask them to leave because she has mediumship skills and she channels every week, and she's worried that they might interfere with the channeling? But has she got a right, if they were there first, to ask them to leave?
Why does she want them to leave? That's my first question.
Possibly because she could get negative interference when she's channeling, and you know, not get the responses that she's expecting. Because yeah.
When I do an evaluation, a thorough evaluation, I would not go with possibly. Is or is not, does or does not. Without knowing the nature of those spirits,
Yeah.
it becomes a bit complicated to make a case, right? Perhaps they are there to help her. And if you do not allow that to happen, it's not going to happen. Perhaps they are there because they are attached to the material things on that place. Perhaps they are there because they don't know they are there. There are so many variables that we cannot give an answer like that, right? But a medium should not be scared of any spirit anywhere. A medium should, yes, try to understand why they are there for. Perhaps even she moving over there has a purpose beyond what she thinks. Perhaps
That's a point. Good point. Yeah.
Perhaps it's to help them. Let me do a picture here. Liz, you will discarnate in the next 5 minutes. And you love your house. You really do love your house. You do not recognize that you lost your physical body. But the people you love start to disappear from that house and you do not understand. And you're still there because things you love are there. And the last one you know is also gone and you don't understand. I mean, they died over the years, over the decades, and you do not understand. And that place is the only safe place for you because it's the only thing you know, it's the only place you feel safe. You're not there to create any harm. You're not there to do anything, but it's where you feel safe. Perhaps something like that. We don't know. And one spirit will not interfere with your mediumship capacity. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. People create rules that they do not exist. It's not like that. If you are affected by something, chances are you are affected by yourself, your choices, not the environment. Otherwise, I would be crazy by now. We all could be crazy by now because we are surrounded by several spirits everywhere we go. You will not be able to isolate yourself. I'm here in a flat now, maybe 20 years, 30 years old. Perhaps there are people that are here and I don't care. Why I don't care? Because if they are here, please join me. Let's try to study what I'm studying. Let's be part of the meeting I'm having. How can I help you? When I start a mediumship meeting, a conversation, 9 out of the 10, I started, how can I help you? And that's it. So if you want to go further on that one, I would start some investigation. I will start, if she is a medium, she has the capacity, the ability to speak with the spirits, why not speak with them to know first what they are there for?
Good point. Yeah.
That would be my first reaction. What you're here for? We went to places before that we have infant spirits in that place. They were asking for help. And what is our obligation as a medium?
To help.
Without asking anything back. When we understand what we are for, what is our duty as a medium, everything becomes easier. Everything becomes easier. I'm coming to a place, maybe there's a very nasty spirit on the corner. What is my duty? Go off. I don't want you here. Imagine over the years, if every spirit that coming, attacking me in a mediumship meeting, I start to hear and say, stop, get off. This meeting is not for that. It's exactly the opposite. Open your arms. He will come, he will beat you, he will say nasty things to you. Open your arms. You are welcome. How can I help you? When was the last time someone said that to him or her? Maybe centuries ago. So I gave enough food for thought, and I hope she will find a different way to see things. All right?
Thank you, Liam. That was very, very helpful. In fact, in her last session, which we did, you know, from me here in Cyprus and her in England, we did it on Facebook. They were actually saying that she has to, you know, they're wanting her to be helping spirits now, and also to go to a center where she'll be used for helping. And I think the trepidation is her own. She's got to take that step. And I think most probably that's what it's about.
Okay, let me use this as an example to everyone, not to her, right? And then I will put some points here that's not related to her, because I don't know her. I don't know what she does, how she does. I really don't know. But I will paint that scenario in a different way to help everyone to understand what a medium is for. I'm a medium, but I want to be a medium only for good things. I want to have nice messages. I want to see beautiful spirits. I want to hear nice music. That's what I'm a medium for. I will have a mediumship meeting only to receive brilliant information from the spiritual world. Nice letters, nice sentences. That's what I'm a medium for. Over the years, everything was very nice. And I always had only nice things around me. I don't think it's possible. I truly don't think it's possible. I think in reality is that because of personal reasons, I'm choosing to believe that's what the meeting is for.
That's not what it's like in real life, though, right? So why would it be different in spirit?
Exactly. And a mediumship meeting is not to hear nice things. A serious mediumship meeting is to give assistance to suffering spirits. Period. You may have one nice message from time to time, and they come to give us hope, to increase our strength, to help us out. That's one thing. But sometimes you have 12, 20 meetings without any elevated spirits bringing any good message. Because they say to us, I prefer to give my place to those that are in pain. Saying that, am I a medium? Or am I what I want to be? If we study seriously what Kardec brought to us, if you have the support of serious people who knows mediumship from past or whatever, we will see that, and slowly we migrate to what a medium is for. But there are mediums that decide to charge money. There are mediums that decide to appear on TV, perhaps not making money, but he or she likes to be on the spotlights on TV. That's not what a medium is for. And when we discarnate and we go back to the other side, we have lots of books telling us how mediums regret because they lost the opportunity. So I'm going away from the book, speaking like that, because I think it's positive and it is related to mediumship. That is the purpose of this book. So mediumship is to help others. Mediumship is a powerful tool to perform charity. Only through charity we evolve as spirits. There's no other way. I may acquire knowledge, but without putting that knowledge in practice through charity to help others, I'm staying in the very same place. I do not evolve. So I am assuming part of the people in this room here are mediums, and I recommend make a thorough evaluation of yourselves, how you are using your mediumship, how many spirits you helped this very last week. That's a good measure. That's a good milestone. How many spirits you helped the very last week? That's my first question. My second question, from those spirits you helped, how many were incarnated? How many were discarnated? If you were helping only incarnated, we still need a couple of steps to go. Because the medium, as the word says, is the go-between between the spiritual world and the material world. And if you haven't explained that, or if you haven't helped someone with that, you're not whole. You're just part of it. A medium help spirits, incarnated and discarnated. And a good measure of how good you are doing by yourself is how many you helped last week, last month, last year. If on the end of this question, with a thorough evaluation, you could not say you helped any spirit, any discarnated spirit, I strongly recommend you to study this book, you study the gospel, you study the Spirit's book. Munir, help me out. I'm going totally away from what I'm supposed to do.
No, but it's interesting because, it has to do with the chapter we're studying, because it's, we are reading about the purpose of spirits making themselves visible. And I think that that is very, very appropriate. Now, just to call your attention to the fact that we tend to be very picky at things, we just we tend to choose what helps us, what's nice, what we like. If a friend invites us to help in moving houses, and I say, oh, I'll take this one because it's lighter, or I'll help you with this one because it's not that dirty. But we should remember in everything that, if the work is there, it's for us to do it. We have to study, we have to prepare ourselves to do a proper work. And there is one example, I think it was Emmanuel, Chico Xavier's spiritual guide, that said that the candle, to shed light around, it has to burn itself. So we should remember that to do the work, we have to give off ourselves. Otherwise, we'll just be, like a butterfly from flower to flower, just taking what is sweet here, what's sweet there. And in the end of the day, we wouldn't be doing the work that we are supposed to do, be it with mediumship, with the gifts that we have, because we tend to be picky, go just with those we like, do what we like, and life is not like that. We want to be co-workers in this work of creation. We have to take the work as it comes, but of course prepare ourselves. So when we do this study, what are you doing? Just to know better about spiritism and mediumship? No, it's actually for us to make good use of it when these situations present themselves to us.
Munir, I'm born in a Spiritist family. I joined my first mediumship meeting when I was 15 years old. And one thing that really bothers me is how much time I lost. What I said here today took time to come to that conclusion. And I don't deviate my responsibility at all. But if someone have said that to me when I was maybe not 15, I was a children at the time. But if someone said that to me when I was 18, 20, perhaps I would have chosen a different path. And today, from time to time, the question that comes to my mind is, how many brothers and sisters, spirits, I did not help? And today, when people say, "Oh, you're like a fanatic, you're trying to do many," no, it's not fanatism. It's not. But I know how much time I lost, and I cannot go back knowing that. And it is not realistic trying to pass the information like we do here, because 0.0001% of people that may listen to this will benefit from it. Benefit in a sense that will take it on board. Normally we learn by our mistakes. But eventually one day, humanity will learn by other people's mistakes, and then we become clever. So if you are medium, don't waste your time. If you are a true medium, try to understand yourself first. What are you here for? What is your purpose? Getting closer to any financial benefit? You will suffer. Don't kid yourself. You will suffer. Trying to be medium only for good things? You're not medium. Chances are that probably you are a puppet from those spirits that are not that elevated. And I can go on and on for the whole day here. But I think you got the picture. Mediums, learn how to use your ability to help others. It's very nice to write a book, to be in the news, to have blah. It's helping. I cannot say the contrary, not at all. But this is not the primary thing the medium can do. It's not. I will go back to that initial question. How many spirits we helped last week? I had a turning point in my experience in the spiritism when I got closer to a medium, and today she's part of the spiritual team we work with. She passed away when she was 96 years old. If she was eating a lunch and someone asked for help, incarnated or discarnated, she would stop. If it was 2 o'clock in the morning, she was sleeping, somebody needed help. From both worlds, she was ready to help. And I learned that through the example, not through the book. And I do not regret. I totally do not regret. So if I could share something to you guys, I would share first that question. How many spirits you helped last week?
But Guilherme, this is for ostensive mediums, yeah?
I said spirits, not discarnated spirits. You
Okay,
are
no, for these incarnate ones.
no, for the
Because the
discarnate-
incarnate one's charity, isn't it? It's the charity that you do every day, that you help people around.
There are two types of charity: moral charity and
Yeah.
material charity.
Mhm, yeah,
Material charity, most of the time we do just because we want to get away from it. I'm not saying everyone, I'm saying
yeah. No. I know the moral charity is what we do with our friends, people around us, anyone that come across our way that we can help. Yeah. But what we're talking about helping the disincarnate one, that's for ostensive mediums.
yes. If you are blind like a stone,
Yeah,
you won't be
yeah.
able to do it. But you may not see spirits, you may not hear spirits, but you could be part of mediumship meeting, donating your energy.
Mm.
And a lot of people I know, they say, I'm not a medium. I don't feel anything. I'm not a medium. No. And we used to look at, well, I'm not sure you're not a medium. Give a try. And they were mediums. But it's very easy to say I'm not a medium because I'm afraid to be a medium. I don't want to be committed to be a medium. I don't want to be bothered to be a medium. And some people really don't know. They think they really are not mediums. But one medium senses the other one. And the spiritual world use the tools that are available to help others. Even if you had a very little mediumship, that we cannot say, you're not ostensive. But mediums we all are.
Yeah.
And the absence of mediums with a high skills, let's say like that, the spiritual world will find a way to use your very little skill to help. But we need to make ourselves available. So I don't know if you're a medium or not. I don't know if Munir is a medium or not. It's up to you to know. Right?
Guilherme,
Oi.
I also think that, for example, I was one of these people that said, no, I'm not a medium. I'm not a medium. I don't do anything. But we don't know. Sometimes we need to understand and we need to see how it manifests. But even though without this knowledge, some of us say to ourselves, you know, I don't think I can help. I don't think I can do anything, just because they think they are not mediums, and they think like they just don't have the capability to do anything in that matter, in a mediumship way, because they can't feel or anything. And as you said, when we understand that we can donate, we can, through prayer, we can help to manage the atmosphere of the meeting, and you know, they give support to everybody, then our horizons open. It's, at the end, I think, as I'm talking to you and listening to myself, I understand that it's more and more like a case of us to find out the right information and know a little bit more. And know, because as you said, even if we can do just that tiny little thing, is important for us to do, because we are in this universe and we are part of this universe. And being part of this universe, we have a duty to it. We have a duty to everybody around us, whether we can see them or not.
Yeah. Hi, Liz.
Just wanted to add, I think one caveat is that, you know, everybody has mediumship abilities, but it's important as you're developing, especially children, to always seek guidance and professional guidance when you are developing your mediumship. just as we are here today, learning about all the different aspects and things to take, protection, etc., for, practicing mediumship. People need to be aware of that. I think it's, although it's a very natural phenomena, it's, our natural place to be is medium. People can be misled, and it's important that they always have guidance if they can.
Liz, I agree with you, but you said a word that I felt like a cold strike in my spine from bottom to the top. You use a word professional. Professional does not exist in Spiritism, right? Spiritism, we are students. We are not professionals. I know we may find people that believe they are, and they even get some benefit from it.
I think experienced was a better word than professional.
Yes, experience, yes. But what I'm saying is within the Spiritism, preconized by Kardec. But I know that outside the Spiritism, there are some that believe they are really professionals, that they teach mediumship for money, that they will utilize their mediumship for money. I'm not blaming, I'm not complaining, it's up to them. But the Spiritism with Kardec, this at least should be non-existent. In my personal opinion, anything related to the Spiritism that are even remotely connected to money, I'm not in favor. Right? But yes, if we have no guidance at all, anyone coming to me and tell me that I'm an angel, I can see the voices of Jesus, Mary, blah, 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 that I am a super being, that I will believe, because I do not know better. And of course, it pleased my heart to hear that. Jesus is talking through me. I can see Mary, and those apparitions that we had reported over the centuries, maybe it was just a light spirit that appeared. But the vision of the person or the environment where this event happened became a saint. I saw Mary, I saw Saint blah, blah, blah. So yes, seek guidance, true guidance. Guidance that will not put you in a box, because there are those that believe the mediumship has to be hidden. You can only think about mediumship after finishing your Spiritist university and blah, blah, blah. Seek guidance. Yeah, that will make your path easier.
The other thing is the gifts or the abilities that we're given, we are given them for free. So it's only right that we do everything for free. We have no right to charge. And it just attracts the wrong entities anyway.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, well, that was, I don't know from where all of this coming from, but that probably was a reason for it. So I see that there are two messages on the chat. I beg your pardon, but I will not read because I'm getting lost using all those things. If you do have any comment, any question, please open your mic and do so. Why would they permit it if their purpose is evil? Why would God allow something evil to happen? He would be allowed to test those to whom they appear. Thus, the spirit's intention may be evil, but the result may be good. How many people are here in this room? We have 16 people in this room here. We are lazy mediums. We don't want to do anything. We are afraid to be mediums. We really, I prefer to go to the pub, right? Instead of doing something different. I prefer to be in bed, sleeping until midday instead of being part of a study like that. So now let's not get bothered with that, right? So what's going to happen? If it must, they'll find a way to give me a kick. And a nice way to be kicked is when we are scared. So we may end up seeing very ugly things. We may end up being chased by those spirits. You know, that's a kind of what I call a wake-up call. The great majority of mediums, they only accept the mediumship after a wake-up call. A wake-up call can be see something very ugly, being followed by those spirits, having a situation that was very unpleasant for a period of time, and then we start to seek help. Could be through a disease, could be from different things happening to us, but what I call a wake-up call. So let's say we have 16 people here. How many are here today because of wake-up call? I don't know. I don't care. But none of us, not all of us, are here because we wanted from day one. I'm just saying, but I'm speaking about a broader audience, right? Most of us, we are just looking at the spiritism after a wake-up call. And that's natural. That's happening everywhere. So why would they be permitted if their purpose is evil, right? It would be allowed to test those. Everything starts with a test. Come on, you're going to do something or what? You're going to waste every effort we did to have you on earth, everything we gave to you, what we prepared you to be, all the validations you had from the spiritual world to be a medium, to be a tool in his name. You're not going to do anything about it. Come on. And as a result, perhaps at least one part of these people will wake up and we start to act. We start to work. I can tell you from my own experience that the great majority of people that are today working with the mediums that I know, they came to us with a problem. To the point that I'll be positive here, 95% or perhaps a little bit more of mediums that I know, they came to us with a problem. Because that's the way we see. When mediumship kicks, when the wake-up call kicks, it is a problem that I have to fix. Then I will try to find help. At least 95% of mediums start like that. I'm trying to do an effort here to think about 1, 2, 3 that are not. I can see only a handful of mediums that are not coming without the wake-up call. I'm talking to you guys, I'm thinking, who I know that came because he or she wanted, and I have a hard time to find them. What is the purpose of spirits who render themselves visible with evil intention? They appear out of a desire to frighten and often out of revenge. Revenge. So now we have a problem in our hands when that happens. What is the purpose of the spirits who appear with good intentions? To console those who are mourning their departure in order to prove to them that they are continue to exist and are close by. They might also appear to give advice and sometimes to ask for assistance for themselves. My daughter, she said to me clearly, do not come to visit me after you go, because she's afraid of spirits, really afraid of spirits. But in that sentence, it's clear what they are here for, to give us console, to help us, or to be helped. I told my daughter that I will come anyway. It's not up to you. What harm would there be if the possibility of seeing spirits were permanent and widespread among human beings? Wouldn't that be a way to remove all doubt from the minds of disbelievers? Since human beings are constantly surrounded by spirits, I will highlight that here. That's for Liz. Liz, she will not get away from spirits. It would be troublesome and would be hamper them in their daily activities if they could see spirits all the time. It would also, in most cases, take away the initiative. While on the other hand, if they believe that they are alone, they will act more freely. As for disbelievers, there are many other means available for them to be convinced if they would take advantage of them and if they were not blinded by pride. You are well aware that there are people who have seen but do not believe nonetheless, because they say what they have experienced an illusion. Do not be concerned about such people. God is responsible for them. So from time to time, I say, I'm not here to convince anyone. I don't even try. If you ask for something, I will help. If you ask for an answer, I will try to answer. But God is responsible for all of us. Any question from this part we just read here? I think it's pretty straightforward, right? But if you want to ask anything, feel free to do so. It would be very inconvenient if we were able to see spirits about all the time. It would be like seeing the air that surrounds us, or the myriad of microscopic animals that swarms around us. From this, we must conclude that what God has done is well done, and what God knows better than we do what is better for us, what is best for us. That example is really something. We know that in the air, we have viruses, microscopic particles. We know that we have everything. Would we breathe if we could see every single little bug that is mixed in the air? Some people will, because they would not care. But some people, they will kill themselves because they don't want to inhale those things inside their whole body. Hi, Liz.
Another thing that we could think is taking from a perspective that it would be interesting if everyone had the same level of evolution development. But that is not the case, because each one of us are different, unique, and are performing our lives at one point in the evolutionary path. So with that, not everybody can be exposed to everything all at once. It would not be beneficial. So as many times we say, and you say very well, God knows what to do. And that is the way with nature as well. We only get exposed, every day we get exposed to things in accordance to what we can cope, in accordance to what we need at that time to impulse us forward.
It is, isn't it? It is. I don't know what to say, because anything we say will never be enough. We'll never convince anyone. We'll never show the people the right path. Never. It's down to individual to decide what he or she wanted to do for herself or for himself. Anything we do, we're doing our part. It's our obligation to share what we have learned. But it's down to individual. It's really down to individual. Eventually, someone will pick one thing, two things. But if we do our part, perhaps in the future, more mediums will be safe. Because everything we say here, using this book, the Medium's book as reference, is to ensure that the medium is safe. Outside those guidelines, there's a risk. I'm not saying that you may not find anything else. I'm saying that there is a risk. I guess that's it for today, because
Can I just ask something? You mentioned about the messages on the message board. I requested if I could have the valuable information, if I may have a copy of this particular recording, so I can help others with it and send it to my daughter answering her questions. She would like to come and be part of our group, but she's absolutely inundated with different works and commitments at the moment. But when she was here in Cyprus, she listened in and she was very amazed and really wanted to be part of this.
Yep, we are recording every session. Well, the last one was a hiccup because I could not connect, but we had all the studies we did recorded, and this one as well. I'll send you the link later.
Thank you very much.
That's to everyone. That's there.
We're here to help, aren't we?
Cool. Saying that, guys, that's it for us for today. And I can see Pablo already shaking his head. Pablo, can you do our final prayer?
Sure. Let's thank God, Jesus, and our spiritual benefactors for allowing us for this morning's discussion, learnings, and may we always keep our minds open to all possibilities of helping whoever comes to seek it from us. May we keep expanding our horizons toward what mediumship means. And may we always be open to learn and help. So be it.
So be it. So everyone,
be it.
nice to see you all here again, and looking forward to see you in a week's time.